Hello everyone, so a Wolves news update video today after our defeat to Liverpool at Anfield. There's a few things to come out of that and some transfer news coming into January as well. So, we're the first top flight side in history to record as few as 2 points after 18 games. Not a great record to have, is it? Also, we're the first top flight side to go winless in 18 games into a season since Bolton Wanderers in 1902-03. They were winless in the first 22. I saw a great tweet from a guy called Max who said, Wolves are the weirdest team in Premier League history because we don't actually get absolutely pummeled. It feels like we lose to the odd goal, which I guess, if they've watched the Arsenal and the Liverpool games, the last few away games, that's true. But we have been pummeled at home to the likes of Man United recently, the 4-1. But I get their point, and it got a bit of traction, that tweet, so I do get that. Rob Edwards has actually said himself that he's fed up of losing, and so are the players.
Feeling after that game?
It's another loss, so it's difficult. I said to the lads, I'm getting really fed up of this, and I know they're hurting as well.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, what's that, 7 games now? No wins under Rob Edwards. Some games have been an improvement, but most of the games at Molineux haven't at all. They've been a very tough watch, and the players look scared at Molineux, but when we're away from home, the shackles are off. And when we go a few goals down, like against Liverpool, they start to play with a bit of freedom. Some fans want Rob Edwards gone. Now, is this harsh? I believe so. Considering the situation he's come into with the squad we've got, and with the energy around the place, and with the attitude and the mindset of some of the players, this job is near enough impossible. Yes, he has got to start picking up a couple of points and wins before the end of the season to keep his job, in my opinion, but these first 7, maybe Brentford and Forest stick out as the really bad ones where he should have at least got a point, really. But at the same time, the players are not doing him any favours. I think there's only the odd 1 or 2 team selections I've disagreed with. His subs have been questionable sometimes, but you can't just keep sacking managers. We've got to try and keep someone in for longer than a year. And the plan was to have him here in the Championship. Like I said, he does need to pick up some results, else his job's untenable. But I get some Wolves fans' frustrations because we're not winning under him or not getting any points under him, but you've got to see the bigger picture here and the situation. You've got to give this bloke time. He knows the club in and out, and I'm sure with his knowledge in the Championship, he'll get us a good squad together going into that. He did heap some praise on Matheus Mane again, and he spoke about the Strand Larsen situation. But the Mane stuff, he just said, look, I pushed him towards the away end, he deserved the applause.
Okay, Matheus Mane first start, and we saw you push him over towards the fans at the end. Can you give an assessment of how you thought he did?
I thought he was excellent. You know, he deserved that round of applause there. I thought his energy was brilliant, his running was brilliant, but he was brave, he took the ball. He was a real shining light in what was obviously a difficult period for the club at the moment. You know, he took risks, he had shots, he dribbled, he turned and played forward. But not only that, he showed just real desire to run and fight as well. So everything that you'd want in a young footballer, he showed that today.
Which I agree. I think he was most people's man of the match at Liverpool, fearless, and he's the future. Hopefully we can keep hold of him, because I bet he's caught the eye of a few Premier League teams with that performance. And he said he didn't drop Strand Larsen because of the interest from Palace and West Ham. He just said it was like something he's doing tactically. And obviously he felt it was about time to start Tolu, which I agree. As you know, on this channel, I've wanted Tolu and Mane to start for absolutely ages. Rob Edwards, though, is only the second manager in Premier League history to lose their first 7 matches of a spell in charge of a team after Mick McCarthy with Sunderland in 02-03 and in 05-06, 14 games. Not a stat Rob Edwards will want, but again, considering the situation, it's not very surprising. So I do get why some Wolves fans are starting to sit up and go, hold on, are we allowed to criticise Rob now? But for me, it's way too early. Let's see what goes on in January, and let's see if anything improves after the January window. If we keep losing every single game for the rest of the season, then, okay, I'm with you. We may need a change, and it just hasn't worked out. But let's hope things can turn around, because some performances have been good, as mentioned. Now, just talking of the transfer window, there's a little bit more news to come out of that as well. So, according to The Athletic, Jose Sarr and Hwang Chan are among some of the players that Wolves will let go for the right money. This is no surprise, although it's weird because obviously Hwang and Jose Sarr keep starting. So if that is the case, I'm surprised they do keep starting and we're not putting in people we know will be here after January. So take that story with a pinch of salt maybe, because maybe Johnston will be going. because he's been dropped all of a sudden, hasn't he? Strangely, in my opinion. Hwang keeps playing, so probably nobody will want him. But I know Palace wanted him in the summer, so maybe they might come back in. We'll see on that one. But for me personally, I'd be starting Fair Lopez over Hwang. I mean, I know Fair Lopez might be going out on loan, but for next season, I think there's more chance of Fair Lopez being here than Hwang Hee-chan. Also, we are linked with a striker. We're reportedly considering a January move for Nashville's Sam Surridge. He's 27 years of age. He come through the Bournemouth Academy back in the day, and he has had stints recently at Stoke in the Championship. He only got 4 goals, I think, in 20. And he was at Nottingham Forest in the Championship and the Prem, but he only got 1 goal in around 20 appearances, I believe it was. So he hasn't really cut it in the Premier League, but he's got good Championship experience, which is obviously sort of targets we'll go for. He did get 25 goals in 37 games in the MLS for Nashville, but obviously the standard is much lower than the English leagues. But he knows where the net is, at least. It'd be a bit of a gamble, but these are the sort of players we're going to be going for. Players that are willing to come to us knowing where we're heading, and players that are in form, I guess, and we've just got to hope that they're going to be good if we do get them. So keep your eye on that. That's according to Ben Jacobs and Alex Crook at TalkSport. So yeah, keep an eye on that. Sam Surridge. Jackson Tachura has reportedly attracted interest from Serie A clubs Juventus and Inter. This surprises me a lot because he's been poor for Wolves, hasn't he? Obviously, he knows the Italian leagues well because we got him from there. It said a loan deal with an option to buy may be possible. However, Wolves would want a hefty loan fee. That's according to Sports Witness. Now, I'd sell Tachura in a heartbeat. He come on at Liverpool, didn't he? You're like, go on, mate, use your pace. He runs down the wing a little bit, stops, cuts back and plays it safe. He never uses his strengths, so I wouldn't mind seeing the back of Tachura. But that's all the latest news coming into January. That's the news and the reflection of the game after. What's your thoughts? Are you Rob Edwards out? Are you Rob Edwards in? I see a lot of people in my comments that are Rob Edwards out already, but for me, as I said, it's too soon at this stage. But please like the video, everyone. Please comment your thoughts. Please subscribe. Really appreciate the support lately, honestly. Despite the dark times, the videos are enjoyable at the moment, and they're doing well. So thank you for the support on the channel as always. Continue to have a good time in this weird limbo phase between Christmas and New Year, and I'll catch you all next video in the build up to Man United away. Where can we finally get a win? We'll see.